I'm going to be demonstrating a modified burpee. So a lot of times with the burpee, we're going all the way to the ground, but when dealing with an injury, especially to maybe the low back or hips, depending on how your mobility is at your ankle, knee, hip, and low back, you can get yourself into some positions that aren't quite optimal for that movement. So you can see I'm rounding excessively from my low back here. So if you're having trouble or pain with a full burpee, or you're trying to ease back into it after injury, this modified version is a nice little way to bridge that gap. So I'm going to need an elevated surface. Here I'm going to use a flat bench, and I'm going to perform my typical burpee, but you'll see because I'm not going as low to the ground, it's not as stressful to my ankle, knee, hip, and lumbar spine. So I'm going to start off here, and now I can kind of get into a nice neutral position, not super challenging for my hips and low back. I can then pop out into my high plank. I can go down into a push-up, again, modified depth, so it's not as difficult. Then I can jump back into my starting position and elevate again. So going through the full motion through consecutive reps will look like this. And as you can see, it's still high volume, high velocity. I'm still getting my heart rate up, but I'm not challenging my hips, my core, my low back nearly as much. So it's a nice modified or regressed version of a burpee.